Shabbat Shalom, Yasharala. Peace be unto the nation of Israel, whom are the modern day so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and speckled-bird Israelites scattered across the four corners of the earth, including within America, Babylon the Great, and we are the Most High, Yahweh's chosen people of the nation of Israel. So without further ado, as always, just want to give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach Kodash. And in the same time, we go to another Mashana, Kabawadim, Lahasakwanim, Shal, Gadawabakab, and Shalom, honor and salutations to Bayasha Dawada, the house of David, along with the rest of the one-third elect men, women, and children of Israel. And this fellow servant, Malak Rayab, is back at it again. Another prophetic update is some breaking news of this last world's war, Harmagad 1 of Revelation 16 chapter. Okay, some breaking news. A report here on HuffPost entitled, Iran says at least 103 people killed, 211 wounded in blasts at ceremony honoring slain General Qasem Soleimani. So it says Iran State TV is reporting that 2 explosions have occurred in the central city of Kerman during the 4th death anniversary of General Qasem Soleimani. It says 2 BOMB explosions Wednesday, or 2 BOMBs exploded Wednesday at a commemoration for a prominent Iranian general slain in a U.S. drone strike in 2020. Iran officials said killing at least 103 people as the Middle East remains on edge over Israel's war on Hamas in the Gaza Strip. All right. So it said no one immediately claimed responsibility for what appears to be the deadliest militant attack to target Iran since its 1979 Islamic Revolution. At least 211 people were wounded, and the one that those in the know understand who was actually behind this attack doesn't have to come forward because the writing's already on the wall. Case in point, speaking of the situation in in that region, in the Middle East, especially within the Gaza Strip, within these last several months, dealing with Hamas, in Israel, there's been heavy tensions in a particular area, which I'm gonna go to bring out some information here. All right, it says here on the U.S. Sun, blow it off the map. Okay, it says U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham demands massive attack on Iran after Israel killed top IRGC general as war fears rage. So they just killed the top Revolutionary Guard commander and Saeed Rashid Musavi on Christmas Day. Okay, ironically on Christmas Day, which is not a coincidence because we understand that these devils like to indulge in satanic sacrifices, all right, to Satan around the darkest time of the year, around the winter solstice and so forth. All right. So this was nothing but a fire sacrifice, all right, involving this top Revolutionary Guard commander, Saeed or General Saeed Rashid Musavi on Christmas, okay, which was the former top Revolutionary Guard military general of Iran, okay, who was also tied in with this guy, all right, Soleimani. So it says here in New York Post, Iran warns Israel will pay the price after Tehran claims IDF airstrike killed top Revolutionary Guard commander. That's why it's not a coincidence that it was further revealed that Musavi was an ally of Qasem Soleimani. Okay, as you can see here, in this photo, that was further substantiated. So so it's not a coincidence who's actually behind it. It's very evident, all right, because we understand that the least of the flock shall draw them out, and that's you Amalekites, all right, on behalf of the Israeli Mossad through the IDF, you're being used, okay, to draw yourselves out, to further reveal yourselves to be the men of sin and sons of perdition. So clearly you were behind this recent attack, as is reported here, all right. So before I go any further, I'm going to get this first precept of Revelation 11:14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, or the third woe is war. And this is Jeremiah 49:20. And it says, therefore hear the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh, by Shem Shai, that he had taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. All right, because the modern day habitation of Basra, you Edomites, are going to be destroyed through your armies in this last world's war by your enemies, and more importantly, all right, under Yahushua and his army, his angelic army, prophesied in Revelation, the 12th chapter, and 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter. So this is Jeremiah 49:21. It says, the earth is moved at the noise of their fall. At the cry, the noise thereof was heard in the Red Sea, okay, which is in the Middle East. And this is where his last world was going to take place. Right in the Euphrates River, around the Persian Gulf, all right, in a biblical area known as Yehoshaphat in Joel, the 3rd chapter. All right, before that war transitions over here to America when the adversaries of the West and NATO shoot their thermonuclear missile warheads over here into America. All right. So speaking of Red Sea, I'm going to bring out this report here. This next report dealing with the attack of the Houthis on behalf of the West in the Red Sea. This is on New York Post. It says Iran sends warship through Red Sea. Okay, praises brave Houthis after U.S. kills 10. Iran wasted no time sending a warship into the Red Sea on Monday, which is so-called New Year's Day, just a day after the U.S. killed 10 Houthi fighters attacking commercial vessels in the contentious waters that separate Africa from the Middle East. You see? So these war provocations on behalf of the West and NATO against Iran, mainly against Iran, okay, are being further used to further draw them out, to further provoke a response as a further part of the Hegelian dialectic, saying, to end up presenting a solution to the problem they started. And that is promising, people, a false sense of hope, all right, by, through their lying wonders of the miracles, which is ultimately the chip. So this is a part of the grand scheme of things of these rumors of wars are leading to the next major prophecy. All right, the microchip, the mark of the beast, and then this last world's war, because national security being compromised is another pivotal part of the grand scheme of things, and that's Esau Edom's satanic New World Order agenda. All right, so speaking of the Red Sea and within the Middle East, I'm going to grab this next precept in Revelation chapter 16, verse 12, and it reads, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared, and the way of the kings of the east being prepared. All right, because they are sobering up off of the proverbial wine of fornication, which is that Western philosophy, and how it's been affecting sovereignty of the nation through geoeconomical warfare, through the sanctions, through the tariffs, and that's why Russia said that it shouldn't be a surprise that they retaliate against South Korea, okay, another proxy of the U.S. For those sanctions that came against Russia on behalf of South Korea. Okay, so geoeconomical warfare is heavily involved in these rumors of wars as well. All right, along with these war provocations. All right, further angering the kings of the east, be prepared into this last world's war, Armageddon, in Revelation 16:16. This is why Kim Jong-un had recently threatened to thoroughly annihilate the United States, okay, over being threatened by the U.S. and South Korea if they continue to provoke him. All right. Then you got this guy, the ally of Putin, saying the U.S. civil war would be good for the world. You see, because you Edomites of America, Babylon the Great, are the disease of the earth. And these nations getting tired of you, okay? Because this further reveals you were the men of sin, the sons of perdition. All right, case in point. So this is gonna grab this next article. It's on albawaba.com. Says breaking news: death toll in twin explosions in Iran climbs to 188. All right, and this is actually from the Iranian source. So the numbers are less fabricated, because in Esau's Western media propaganda, they're saying that the death toll is over 100. Now, initially they were saying it was over 70. Now the death toll has climbed well over 100. But according to this report here, it says in a devastating incident near the shrine of Qasim Soleimani in Kerman, the death toll has risen to over 199, so nearly 200, with 150 reported injuries. All right. And a part of those deaths included at least 6 children. All right. And Edomites, especially Amalekites over there in the Holy Land, are known to bring devastation upon areas, including children. All right. Through the act of war. So this is on Iran Observer, and it says with at least 103 deaths, including 6 children. Okay. And it's not coincidence, 6 is in there. All right. 6 is the vibration of this beast system, Revelation 11 and 18. All right. With at least and 3 deaths, 6 children. This is now the deadliest terrorist attack in the history of the Islamic Republic. The plan is clear. They want Iran to fire the first shot. All right. Says Iran should increase its uranium enrichment from 60% to weapons grade and give a signal to the United States and Israel that the ball is in their court now. All right. She got that situation. All right. Um, all right. So with that, I'm going to go back to the article. And I'm going to bring this similar article out. And it says, also reported today, says Lebanon condemns assassination of Hamas leader Salih al-Orodi in Israeli raid. All right. So because several hours before that deadly explosion attack at the commemoration of Soleimani today, several hours prior to that, an Israeli raid of a drone attack, killed this Hamas leader. Okay, and that's for to piss them dragons of Arabia, them so-called Muslim leaders off. Going into the prophecy in 2nd Ezra 15, how the dragons of Arabia shall rage, roughly paraphrasing. All right. So it says Hamas has officially confirmed the assassination of its chief of staff for the West Bank and Gaza, Salih al-Arodi, an Israeli raid on his office in the southern suburb of Beirut, which is the capital of Lebanon. All right, south of Lebanon. All right, so it says al-Arodi, a key figure in the resistance and the architect of the al-Aqsa flood operation, was killed along with 2 other al-Qasim leaders. Some sources suggest that Israeli attack occurred just hours after al-Arodi met with Hassan Nasrallah, and Hassan Nasrallah of Hezbollah is actually giving a speech right now, a live speech that I'm about to go ahead and play in a moment. So it says Lebanese caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati denounced the explosion, labeling it a new Israeli crime and warning against export of Israeli failures in Gaza to Lebanon's southern border. So you damn condom hat devils over there in the land, the Holy Land, are inheriting a lot of enemies. Okay, so when these nations come out and say they want to destroy America, that includes you Edomite, you Amalekites over there of Edom and the Holy Land, you Gentiles, okay, that have inhabited the Holy Land. In St. Luke, the 21st chapter. So it says here, earlier Hamas leader Salih al-Orodi, deputy head of the political bureau of Hamas, along with 5 others, among 6 killed in an Israeli drone attack on an apartment in the southern suburb of Beirut. So here that number 6 goes again through the spirit. All right. So this deadly attack, okay, that happened today of the commemoration of Soleimani, the former the former military leader of Iran. All right. Prior to that situation happening, this Hamas leader was put to death, and then this attack also came hours before Hassan Nasrallah, the Hezbollah leader, Hassan Nasrallah, was set to make his speech, and that's not a coincidence, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not ignorant of the devil's devices, okay? And so that further confirms that your time is near, man. Your time of being downtrodden and devastated with destruction and shame is near. Because the shameful spewing is being casted upon your glory, like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. And that's why America, Babylon the Great, on behalf of you Edomites and you Amalekites over in the Holy Land, are being looked at as a reproach, a gazing stock, a laughing stock in Nahum, the 3rd chapter. All right. So I'm going to play this speech by Nasrallah, right, in English.
System of conducting these security matters in Iran, the whole system that exists for that. And of course, also getting some sort of a reaction from the people. The thing that the enemies of Iran never understood, and it's very funny that they never learn from their past mistakes, is that Iran and the entire security leadership in Iran are very seasoned, experienced people in these things. 8 years of war, almost 30 years now after the U.S. invasions of the region. So obviously, Iran is not going to go for such provocations. And whoever does these things, maybe their concern is more to, give reports to their various, places where they have to give reports that they're trying to do something. Maybe their goal is to have us spend a lot of time on these issues and take up media time.
All right, so the speech must have ended.
Obviously, Iran is not going to go for such provocations, and whoever does these things.
Okay, I'm trying to hear. So the speech is already over, but here, let me see. Yeah, so when I initially started watching it, he was giving his speech, but sorry, look, it appears it's already over. But here are the links to watch it. I'm going to click on this. Here we go. And it's not in the English, but I believe this is the speech right here.
سيئة الصيت التي فرضت على العراق من قبل الجانب الأمريكي مرارا وتكرارا، فوجدنا أن فيها فقرة تثبت أن الحكومة في حال أرادت إنهاء المهزلة الأمريكية وعدوانها على بلدنا فلا يكلفها ذلك سوى إرسال بلاغ للجانب الآخر بانتهاء العمل فيها كما ورد في الفقرة الثانية من نص هذه الاتفاقية المشؤومة. وعليه فإننا نطالب الحكومة العراقية باتخاذ موقف واضح وصريح وجريء أمام الشعب والتاريخ.
Okay, so Nasrallah already gave his speech. I'm looking for a replay. Let me see. Let me click on this here. Okay, someone said they killed the broadcast. Yeah, Turkey cracks down on Mossad. Turkey has detained 33 individuals suspected of spying for Israel's Mossad intelligence service. Yeah, so that further lines up with the prophecy in Ezekiel 30th chapter, how Turkey is also going to be involved in this last World War, because Turkey's Erdogan recently came out and condemned Israel, the state of Israel, by saying that their time is nigh, and that's why Turkey has the most formidable military in the Middle East. All right, because they're another ally of Russia, who will be under the guard of the modern day inhabitants of Magog, the Russians. All right, along with Syria. All right, because this leader, the former military commander and Musavi, was eliminated in Syria, further confirming the ties of Iran and Syria. Okay, because they're going to further band together, as is prophesied in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right, because they're common mutual enemy, which is Esau, Edom. All right, on behalf of the Amalekites, that leads to the flock drawing them out, and that's why after Soleimani was eliminated 4 years ago, Iran retaliated by through a bombardment of missile strikes on U.S. Military bases in Iraq. So why are you being attacked in the Middle East? Because you devils don't belong over there. So the dragons of Arabia are justified with the destruction they're bringing upon you, because you keep provoking them into into a conflict, and it's all a part of end time prophecy. All right. So yeah, let me see. I'm trying to get some footage on Nasrallah's speech. Let me just look it up real quick, see if anything comes up. Damn. Let me know what. Let me search this way. Yeah, so this is Nasrallah here. Says so Nasrallah's speech has started. It says he's going to cover condolences, martyrs, Gaza, and Lebanon. English speakers can watch and follow at the above links. Okay. So All right. Let me see here. Okay, that's what he said. When we see the size, importance, and greatness of the results and achievements that have been achieved so far, we will become more resigned and satisfied with the size of the sacrifices. Among the results achieved in the Al Aqsa flood, with the dropping of the Israeli bet on the Palestinians' fatigue, despair, and abandonment of their cause, one of the results of the Al Aqsa flood is the high level of support for the resistance and the option of resistance within the Palestinian people at the nation level. One of the results is a fall of the image of Israel in the world, which the Western media worked on and helped polish by official Arab media. All right, so I believe those were his words. So he's advocating the destruction of the state of Israel. Okay, in a little diplomatic way of because he's not being as blatant as Kim Jong Un and Putin have been as of recently, but he's still advocating the downfall of the common enemy, which is the Amalekites. So I'm gonna go ahead and get Ezekiel 38. It says from the top, and the word of the Lord Yahweh by Shemashah came into me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him. And thus said the Lord God Yahweh, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. And I would turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I would bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right. I'm going to go ahead and read this one here. Persia, okay, the modern day Persians, the Iranians of Elam, Ethiopia and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togama of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee, which is Turkey. So they're going to be involved as well. So, so going back, all right, to further expound on that prophecy here, I'm going to bring out this this article. It says here, Iran declared January 4th a day of national mourning in connection with the terrorist attack in the cemetery where General Soleimani is buried. IRNA reports. Russian President Vladimir Putin expressed condolences to the country's leadership in connection with the terrorist attack. According to the latest data, the number of victims of the explosion has reached 188 people. 103 have been eliminated. Among the dead, according to media reports, okay, there are 3 Red Crescent employees. Employees. So, yeah, so not so there's a reason why Putin had expressed his condolences, because he's going to be a guard on behalf of the Russian forces against Amalek and their allies. All right, and part of those nations that will seek refuge under Russia will include Iran, North Korea, China, part of the BRICS Union, Iran, and so forth. Okay, and those who share a mutual interest of destroying a common enemy responsible for this wine of fornication in Jeremiah 51, and that's the Edomites. All right, so Ezekiel 38:7, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. In case in point, that's why as of recently, I'm going to bring this report out. Russia had unleashed the largest bombardment of missile strikes against Ukraine, against some NATO enforcements over there, since the beginning of the war starting 2 years ago. All right, so this is let me go and bring this out. Yep. So on Fox News says Russia fires 122 missiles in largest aerial barrage of the Ukraine war, killing at least 18 people. All right. And we know the Ukrainian force is depleted, which is why NATO is down there. So they've already been fighting America through their NATO military machine. So they understand, why these Edomites of America and the Holy Land must be targeted by way of them targeting them and their allies. So the stage is set for this war to take place, but not before the chip is made mandatory. You know, that's why they're going to use the so-called threat of national security on behalf of their hand, provoking these nations to further shut down borders, shut down logistics, digitalize the internet. All right, shut down and justify shutting down the economy over a threat of cyber attacks on behalf of cybernetics and so forth, promoting the internet way of things. And this is where the mark of the beast is going to be made mandatory. And then shortly after that, this last war is going to really catapult and it's going to leave abysmal destruction in America. So just a quick update on this war. This war update of this recent attack at the Soleimani ceremony. I'm going to end this off in Isaiah 13. I'm starting verse 4. It says, a noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yeshua of hosts, muster the hosts of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven. Even the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Indignation is righteous anger. All right. And righteous anger is going to be mainly exhibited through the ultimate plague, which is that great millstone in Revelation 18. All right. Thermonuclear destruction, radiation. All right. They'll leave that destroying wind in Jeremiah 51. Okay. Purging America of his wickedness, the sinful kingdom in Amos 9 and 8. All right. So verse 6 says, how ye for the day of the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is at hand, and it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty Yahweh. So I'm going to end it off on that note. Pray this lesson for the edifying and exhorting to the elect, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Baruch Kodash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this video. All right. And with that, Shabbat Shalom, and on to the next one.